So it's 12:16. I'm a minute late. I'm a minute late though because of this right here. I had to go ahead and get myself some more coffee for today.
B is for being ready.
What the heck?
Connect with your health. It's why we created a 5-step checklist.
How do I make that
using
go?
Benefits you already.
There we go. Barry King, what's going on, guy? Rogue, what's going on, man? It's what? It's my favorite RC of the year. Oh, you really like the fire team, huh? Rogue? Looks like another rude. Well, it's because of what I'm doing. Why? You want it? So, yeah, I've got no reason for a handbrake. Thompson, what's going on, guy? Well, what? There was an earthquake? What? I just got back from delivering. Oh, right. That's right. Yes. I heard about that, man. That's crazy. The video just opened up some dude's fucking pod. Dude, you know what's funny? I actually clicked on that ad. I know exactly who you're talking about. He's got like the whole full beard. And, oh, yeah. Isn't that crazy? You know, it was funny too was Adam Calhoun, right? So I don't know if anybody has done it, but if you click on the Adam Calhoun link that because I shared his video, his latest drop, because I don't know, I've liked the song, I liked the beat, I liked the whole, even like the filming of his new drop, the Ramble On, man. I was just like, wow, like even the filming is what to me, the filming of that video that he did was top notch. It's obviously it's a music video. Adam Calhoun. If you haven't seen it, it's not a link in here, but it's in the community post thing that I did. It's got a picture of Adam Calhoun. It's a crappy picture too. I tried to do like the screenshot, and it like screenshotted when it's like a little blurry, and he was like, it was just like, ah, crap. I'm not going to try it again. So it's just sometimes taking screenshots, it just doesn't work out. So for me, this is my 100 mile per hour entry vehicle into the game here. This is the Arrma Fire Team. So I did a couple of things. It was one of those things, man, where last night probably should have clicked on a live. I try to sometimes gauge, like, I can't figure it out. Should I go live? Should I not go live? I'm like down here and I'm just doing stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, this is just really boring, man. It's just like, I don't feel like talking. I'd be a horrible host. Like I was just thinking, just going to do a couple of things, but what I'm going to let you know, and I almost should have recorded it, or at least on the live, just to prove, because you all know that I'm imperfect. So what I do is when I get some vehicles, right? Some vehicles come with those adapters, right? They come with adapters, and it's the dual, usually when you're doing, 2-to-1 batteries, but most of the ones that I cut off are the Deans. So I end up keep all of these things here. So I've got, which is kind of good for, I guess, crawlers, since I'm going to be getting into the crawler scene now. I keep the Dean's adapters. So I keep them all. I just unsolder them real quick, and it makes it easy to reinstall. But what I'm getting at was when I did unsolder my connector, okay, ended up with the wire. And I probably should have done just the black, just for visual reference. But it's here on the main plug. It's just not there on the other plug. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I should have just done the shrink wrap just to make it so that it's easier to plug it in. Because I've got two red wires now going to one side, and red usually indicates black. And then, you know, when you're doing like electrical, when you're doing any kind of electrical connection, if you use the wrong color, and this is only the way I do it, if you use the wrong color wire for the application, you should at least use, if at all possible, either a heat shrink or something that marks that wire as changed. And it's not necessarily for you, unless you got a bad memory, which I'm starting to get now. But it's for the future. It's when someone else is potentially going to be there, especially like in home wiring. Like if you're, you know, tagging on another line and you're looping something, you want to make sure that you re-tag that line as either the hot, well, most likely it's tagging another line as the hot wire. I've done that a few times. I have a magic marker, and if I'm changing, say, a neutral wire that's turning into a hot just because it's a feed, I'll mark it that way. Like I'll do it inside the box. I'll mark it with a marker so that it's clear. It's really the right way to do things. But for me, I guess I just said, forget it. It's not forget it. I actually forgot. But it won't matter. The plug's only going to plug in one way, except if it's this way. If it's EC5 connected into XT90, which I wonder if I can show you that. I might be able to show you what I'm talking about. I did a live where I reverse connected my plugs, and it might have been, see if I can find the right, I know I've got one here somewhere. At least I should. Maybe I don't. Or maybe I don't have it. Sure, it looks like I don't. It looks like I'm all out of, yeah, it looks like I'm all out of the XT90 male. Well, yeah, technically male, female. They're a little weird. Let's see, do I have it here? These are all not going to be the right way. Well, either way, what I did was I reverse connected. I wired it up correctly, but I reverse connected a brand new Hobby Wing ESC right on a live, and it obviously it burned up right away. So with an EC5 or an IC5, maybe less of an IC5, but with an EC5 and an XT90, you can reverse connect. It just does happen. At least with these proprietary plugs, when you're actually using XT to XT or IC or EC to IC, at least there's really less of a chance to reverse connect. It's when you look at the plug itself, it's set down inside. There's at least a little bit of a rim so that you can't just mistakenly, because it has happened. It's even happened recently where I grab a battery and I go to plug it in. I'm just blindly grabbing it and going like that. And then I go, oh, and then turn it and plug it in. It happens. That's why these are like that. That's why one side's got the flat side. That side's always going to be the positive. And that's where it messed me up. So when I made my wire, I'm going to go pan down to the thing here. When I did make my wire, right? This thing is literally just, I gotta figure something out, man. So when I made that wire right there, right? When I made this, even though I said to myself, one side's positive, the other side's negative. And even though I said it, I still wired it up positive, meaning this now negative lead wire or whatever, this is technically what it is right now. This negative lead wire was also was on my positive side, even though it was, you know what I'm saying? Like I wired it wrong. It was easy to fix, but it's just, it's easy to fix, but if I didn't pay attention, If I didn't pay attention, I literally would have had a disaster. What saved it was when I went to go solder the ESC wires, I'm like, oh, look at that. I did both positives to the right thing. I did both positives to the positives, because when I did the ESC, I popped the ESC out, and I did obviously solder, the black end to the round, which is the negative. And then now I have at least this correct. So when I do this, at least it's going to be correct now. It's just, it's tough. Sometimes you mess stuff up, and it is what it is. Like, all right, so here's obviously the correct example. They've got, and this is kind of right. I guess maybe I kind of did it right. I guess actually I did it right, didn't I? Technically. I technically did it right, though, didn't I? Yeah. So anyways, when you look at this, obviously you can see this is your power wire, right? That's the flat side. But when you attach a battery or you do a plug to it, that's basically closing that bridge. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's closing that. So when you take your little adapter plug thing here, which... oh, I've got one. So when you take this and you plug it in like that, you are closing the loop, or continuing the loop, actually. You're kind of continuing the loop. So now what was your power wire here and is on your negative side then technically becomes your power wire. Do you know what I mean? So, but just make sure you like double check things. And like I said, when I went to go solder it, I was like, man, that could have been, if I didn't pay attention to the final soldering, that would have been bad. The other thing that I did with this thing, was I'll show you. I took the motor off, took it back out again, and I fitted the motor. I rotated it, because what I wasn't liking was the orientation of the wires. So the wires were kind of at a 90-degree position to the way they are now. And what it was doing was it was causing one of them to kind of really stretch, and it worked. But I feel like having the wires on the top is just going to be better. I'm hoping. We're going to see. So this is what I'm looking at right now. So like I was saying, what I did is I reoriented the motor mount onto the front of the motor. So now the motors are coming, the wires are coming across the top. Now you'd think, oh, now you kind of, screwed yourself, because now you're blocking air going into the fan. Well, yes and no. What I'm thinking is it possible that doing this, once these are plugged in, they're still going to be lifted up? So I don't feel like it's going to be a hindrance to this. If anything, maybe if a random leaf comes in and tries to block, this little motor fan, maybe it'll kind of not be able to block it. It's almost like having like 2 guards. You know what I mean? Will it make it harder to clean off? Yeah, it will. But this is what I'm doing. This fan wire, in order to run this, I got to figure out, because the castle thing looks different. The connector. So the connector for the fan is a different style looking connector. It's not the same. It's not the same as a regular like fan connector. So what I will have to do is I'll have to rerun this wire again. I should have never taken it out. I'll have to rewire this wire again so that I can go ahead and still run a fan if it's necessary. So, and that'll be driven right off of the receiver, on the auxiliary side of the receiver. So now what I have to do is I noticed that for some reason I am not able to See if I can get this off again. I hope I don't spill my coffee here. All right, so I am able to actually get the motor in and out. What it does is it just scrapes against the motor and the heat sink. Just that one screw that's right there. But I just got to tap this gear in place and reinstall a set screw on this. So I'm just going to lightly tap it into place. I think we're there. So it looks like it's still off. So from memory, I think when I put this set screw in here, that the set screw was basically like the driver was buried up against the motor mount, or at least the motor adapter. It's technically not the mount, it's just part of the mount. So I'm going to smack that on just a little bit better than it is where my hammer is. Oh, yeah, my hammer's actually put away. I think I got to put a toolbox on my bench too, just to make that a little bit easier. Looks like it's off. Oh, that's actually dead on. All right. So I guess that's where that's going to stay. So what I'm going to do is I will put a little bit of Loctite on here now. I usually like to put it inside the hole, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the actual screw right now. Come on out. What are you doing? Whoa. Ah, the screw fell off. There we go. Good enough. Then I'll just take something and kind of wipe it up the best I can. All right. Now, a little mortar screws here. I'm not going to crank it. I just want to keep it just kind of backed off a little. Lauren, what's going on, guy? Okay. Back it off just a tweak. Seems like that might be it. Oops. It moved. Seems like it's all right, I think. Okay. All right, I think we're good. The strap keeps. Okay, so we're tight right there. Look at that. It's tight. So where it's tight, I'm going to go ahead, just back it off. Just a squeak. That should be better. All right, this strap just keeps getting eaten by that thing. It's kind of a bad spot for that strap, man. It's like right next to the gear. All right, so I think I'm good now. Okay, give it a little additional little squeak. Pete, what's going on, guy? All right. So now I can go ahead and refeed that wire back over. That little noise right there was my lacquer thinner bottle right above me, changing with the temperature changing here. Put some fresh air in. Now, this wire. Gotcha. So I want to do two things. I want to move my keyboard out of the way. But I want to also run that little auxiliary wire. I think it's long enough. Yeah, it's definitely long enough to reach. At least I think it is. Because it was actually in there like that. So, that out of the way. Still got to find the antenna tube. Let's see. So that was, I believe, that way if I'm following this right, and that would be on auxiliary. So let's get this fed into there. Hey, Earl, are you here? I don't think Earl is here, is he? No. What, let me see here. So this has got, the hell way am I connecting this thing? We got a yellow wire on one side and a brown wire on the other. So, and nothing says what's positive and what's negative here, unless it says it on the ESC. Does it say it on there? Is it like printed on there? Oh yeah, it is printed. Okay, I think. All right. Looks like brown wire is negative. Okay, so brown wire is negative. So brown wire needs to go to the outside. Man, this stuff is just, how do people see this, man? It's like way in there. Can't even see. I feel blind here. Hey, look at that. Didn't even bend any pins. Nice. All right. So feed that down in there. One thing I wouldn't want to do is burn up a Castle ESC. That would be it. I would just call quits and just sell everything. Burn up one of these things, no way. All right, so that little signal Y does nothing but be in your way. Okay, so now just run this little accessory wire here. That's going to go to auxiliary. And here we go again. The hell way was this? Crap. Seems like it was this way. White wire, I think, is usually signaling it. Because that would make sense for this too. But then the yellow wire is a signal wire. Black is on the outside. I guess it don't really matter, right? Because either the fan is just going to work or not. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and guess. I think it was this way. I think. Just give it a guess. See if it plugs in. Should plug in. What pins am I going to bend this time? It's got like a little burr on it. Matt, what's going on, guy? Come on. Yeah, all right. Gray wire is actually, yeah, there we go. I'm going the right way. I'm actually going the other way. So with this, yeah, I'm going to just try it this way. Looks like the gray wire. Come on. Like I said, what pins am I going to bend this time? Come on. Just get in there. Take a half hour just trying to plug in a stupid wire here. Yeah, nah. Can't even see. It's my flashlight. I need a microscope here. Magnifying glass, microscope. Yeah. What? Yes. It always ends up coming off. This is the one that if you need me, just let me know. I know. Just let me know. All right. I'm not sure if this will be cut short or not. It shouldn't be cut short, but today is the Zoom funeral service. So weird. It's a Zoom funeral service. But anyways, I'm trying to get this wire in here. I'm struggling here. Trying to figure out which way this is supposed to go. And by the way it's looking, I'm going to just pop. If I follow SPEKTRUM's already way of doing it, the gray wire is towards the inside. So it just doesn't want to plug in. I don't want to bend pins. That's what I've done before. I folded over a pin. That's just not wanting to plug in, man. It's like it doesn't want to fit. Almost feel like I'm bending a prong again. Just should have left this in there. What the heck? Come on, get in there. Literally, it's like not going in. I feel like I'm blind here. What the heck's going on here? Use this to focus in here. See what I'm looking at. All right, so there is a slight little think like that little dent is what's messing me up. What the heck? All right. Back. Whoa. Going down. Can't tell if like I'm somehow wrecked this plug or what's going on. Because it doesn't look like it's this. Is that messed up somehow? Looks like it's all right. What the heck, man? I'll rip all this stuff out of here. About 2 seconds. Throw this thing in the trash. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at it again. All right. can't even see. Let's see. Is there a flash on here? Enable flash. There we go. Hey, got it in. I got the gray wire on the outside now. Oh, man. Well, I'm just going to leave it. If the fan doesn't work, I can flip it. If the fan doesn't work, I should be able to flip this connector. And it'll be fine. Bam. To there. So, if the fan doesn't work. I don't know. I thought for some reason it looks like the gray is supposed to be on the other side, but it's just not plugging in. Come on. Pop it out one more time. Just try it again. See if for some reason, look at that. It's gripping. Because I really feel it's supposed to be this way. Let's pop this little castle one out again. Oh my God. I'm gonna wreck this before I even get started here. Oh, it doesn't even want to come out. What the heck? Why has this got like the jaws of life on it? Let's see what happens. Can I just plug it in now without something obstructing it? Nope, makes it harder. Oh, it makes it way harder. So, this wire, let's see if that's easy to plug in now. Okay, that was easy. That's easy. Why is this other one so hard to plug in? This one literally just doesn't want to go in. Really feel like I'm going to bend pins trying to put this in. Oh my God. I shouldn't have this much trouble. Okay. So that's in there. All right, I'm just going to leave it off for now. See what happens if I just power this on right now, just to see if I've got it right. So that should be that to the outside. Where's my little adapter thing here? Get my little plug here. Get a little battery. Here we go. We're gonna smoke a castle unit right now. live smoking. So let's see what happens. Switch. Okay, so that does power on that fan. All right. So that says that that's at least right. So now I'll go ahead and get this wire fed down there underneath and over that way. So that's over here. That's going to go down into the little foam thing there. Rotate that straight. Okay. Looks like that's all right now. I think. Make sure it's not hitting like anything. Okay, here we go. And I don't want to put, I don't want that to go. I like that. Kind of feel like I don't like the way it is. There we go. That's a little better. Wonder if, what's that thing supposed to do? The thing was supposed to guard something, I think. Maybe guard from the wires moving or something. What did that do? Yeah, so that kept the wires up against the thing there, which I don't really want to do. Suppose I could put like a, yeah, I don't know. I think that was like that. And then I had this long screw maybe. It's 2 long screws. What was that? Oh, that was one of those rusty round ones. I think that might have been that one. Yeah, rusty round one was in there. Okay. So at least I can maybe like tag a zip tie on there or something just to keep things nice. Where's my scissors? I got scissors here somewhere. Now the switch. What the heck can I do with that thing? Just let it dangle inside somewhere. I think the original switch was attached right there somehow. So, what can I do with this? Suppose I could go like that with it. Then that wire is definitely in the way. Put that wire down in that little wire loom thing. That would help. All right. So maybe I can stick it right there with some tape. Then get that wire in that little loop thing down there. Now at least that's out of the way. Don't know how long that's going to stick on there. Should be fine because it's just on the plastic, I'm thinking. That wire is kind of all right, I guess. Maybe do a little zip tie or something there just to kind of keep it. Actually, that's going to want to be in the inside like that. And I think I'll just throw that in there for now. So, bring that through. Only thing is having that there. Is that a conflict with the body? What the heck did I do with the body? I lost the fire team shell. All right. So that is going to create a conflict, I think. So that cannot go that way. So that literally has to go the other way. So I've got to have it going in that way. All right. So it means I want to go this way. Then run it this way. And I think that's fine. Although I could put a little tie just around there. Might be able to just take this one that I wasted and do that. That looks like that'll work. So stuff this in here. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So hopefully now that wire will have no chance in a crash of getting jammed in there. The teeth ripping it out or something. I think that looks all right. Okay. So now, go ahead and put this little top plate back on, or do the little chassis brace thing here. That was a long screw. I think it's this one. Yep. And I need my guy. Zip ties. Yeah, I'm gonna need them, guy. Thanks, man. P, I just noticed the soldering station. Yeah, yep. Dude, you know what's funny is that soldering station actually worked out pretty good for what I just recently did. Because with this, because I mounted this little vise on here, I used to always, when you do these little connectors, so when you do these things, where's the connector? So obviously have the one bullet that goes in there, right? So what happens is you have to slide this on over the wires, and then you solder on your this piece, right? So that piece is basically just going to be sitting inside of there. And you can't, well, at least I prefer not to use the wire to pull it through. So I do is I take one of these, and this is the wrong, I'm showing you the wrong connector. So what I usually do is I'll take this, I'll slide it over, and then I would take like channel locks. Take channel locks and then channel lock it together until it popped through. A lot of times what would happen is the force that you're using with the channel locks in your hand, you would get to the point to where it slips in, and then obviously, you know, you're still creating a good grip on it, and it would close too fast. And then what would happen is it would end up slipping further through, making it so that this piece was buried too far deep. Like it would be offset. You'd have one that was sitting like right there, and then you'd have one of them that was like too far deep. So when I used this little vise, I ended up just opening it up, having this in there, and that piece on, and it would catch the edge, and then at least you could control the amount. And literally what it would do is you could feel the tension, and all of a sudden it would just almost suck in by itself, and you could just take the whole connector out. Worked out pretty mint. I don't know if it's my impatience or what, but several times I have just squeezed it too hard, and it just the reaction just closes it too much. Ends up slipping it, you know, too far past. So just using that vise just took a little bit of time. Yeah. So that was that. All right. So getting this in, got the screw on the bottom side to go ahead and stuff in there. So got that screw to put in. So that's good. Now put on this little top brace thing. I'm not sure where I put that. Ah, here it is. So I should probably clean this thing off too. Dirt in there. Hopefully I didn't lose the screws. Oh no. I gotta rotate out of the way just a little. Alright, so I do have to rotate just this, just a touch. Alright. Okay, so there was those four, these things I think. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. I thought 4. Yeah, there we go. 4. Yeah. So like I said, I might have to take off soon if she calls me for the funeral service. It's weird to have a Zoom funeral service. But it makes it kind of convenient, I guess. I guess it's like it's weird. It's almost made things more acceptable. All right, here we go. How do I like the Z batteries? They're okay. I would I've used a whole ton of them. I have had problems with them, but I can't determine whether if the problems that I have suffered has been because of my improper usage or what. It's probably my improper usage of the batteries, but they do seem to be fine though. Alex from Scotland. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah, I primarily use Z and Ovonic. Ovonic are a lesser expensive battery, and they seem to do very well. All right. So that now I wanted to make sure of that wasn't going to be in the way. No, looks like it's. So I'll be able to. I should plug it in first. Make sure. So that actually will be okay. And then that one. And this one. I wonder, am I able to? Huh. That actually looks okay like that. All right, that should be fine. Oh, dude, Germany too, huh? That's nuts. That is so cool, I'm telling you. Again, I'm not saying like, you know, people from the United States, it's not cool too, but it's just different, man. It's different when you get somebody that's like from far away. Across the pond is what's, I think, crazy to me. Is the people that, you know, because like, yeah, I've said it, you know, before. Okay, there we go. Whew, that's close. I think that is just literally right there. It is. Wow, that's perfect. Mint. That even kind of looks neat. I wasn't going for that, but whatever works. Yeah, looks all right. See, like the crazy in me wants to put like a Moroso wire loom separator right there. This was a triple. That was a triple. That'd be cool. Need the triple Moroso wire loom separator. That'd be mint. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? I love introducing, you know, automotive stuff. I actually could. I could literally grind. I so could. I could literally grind that center section and have a Moroso wire loom separator in there just for look. That'd be so cool. At least I think it would be cool. Dude, that would be mint. I might just have to just to do it. Yeah, just because, man, that would look neat. I could drill it, drill the hole, and then just slice in enough just for the wire to go ahead and sit in there. And it would just keep the wires kind of tucked to each other. That would look mint. 3D print one. Yeah, but wouldn't it be just cool just to use what's already here? I think so. I do think I should do it too. Just to do it. I wonder if people fail the RC guys driver's test. Oh, dude, I want to know that. Yeah, that's actually a good one. So on the community post thing, I did that. I provided a link for the DMV test. Now I passed. Obviously, it's just a practice test, but I got I got more than 4 questions wrong because I've done a bunch of different tests. So, yeah, it makes you realize that what you think, like I've been driving for a couple of years, but it also makes you realize that there's sometimes things that you, I guess, kind of forget, or maybe if something has changed and you didn't know, it might help you, you know, during like I don't know, might help you in an accident kind of situation to, you know, when you're asked the questions, certain questions like about an accident, if it happened like at a 4-way stop sign, you know, who was the first person to go, or, you know, the person to the right or left of you, did you let them go or did they go first? That sometimes I think can be the determining factor. And then, you know, what's funny is Earl was told by a police officer, specifically something about the speed signs, and some of the questions, they're worded in a way, it's almost like a trick question, but not. That's why I said trickery, because the answers to the question, one answer is more right than the other, even though both answers are correct. The more right answer is going to be the one, obviously, that is for the test. So it was like, you know, obviously, you know, don't waste your time doing it. But if you've got nothing to do and you just want to see, you know, could you get 100 on the test? I'm sure there are people that do. A couple of times that I've done the test, I've gotten 1 wrong. I did do the test a couple of other times. I believe I got 0 wrong. But if you retake the test, it gives you different questions. So that's why I've been literally just going through. I think I'm on test like number 17 right now, or 14. I can't remember where I am in that line of testing. But there's like, I think at least for that website, I think it's 24 tests. And then within that those 24 tests, there's even more tests that go along with that, for all the commercial licensing and all that garbage. So, but I am curious. That even if somebody on here is a premium driver, you know, you're an expert, take the test, see what you get. See if you actually know the real written, like even the flashing of the headlights. I messed up on that because I thought to myself, okay, it appears as though the answer on the bottom, which I think was looking at the right side of the road during, when an oncoming car has their brights on, it gave 4 scenarios of what to do. The very bottom one said, look towards the roadside, right side, roadside edge. And obviously you'd get a visual of that. You're at least still on the road. But the part about, and I didn't think it through. I did my automatic reaction, because what do you do? If another car, and this is just in general, and it's wrong, but it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if an oncoming car has their brights on, there are people in this thing I know that drive. I know some people in this thing probably also don't have a license. And I also know there are probably people in here right now that probably lost their license. There's 35 people here. So what does the normal person do when there's an oncoming car and they've got their high beams on or their brights? You give your brights a quick flash, okay? And what that does is it's like common knowledge that what that does is lets the person know, hey, you might not realize that your brights are on, your high beams. But that's wrong for the answer for the test, because even though in a normal, everyday life situation, that is the correct thing to do, it's the wrong thing to do, because technically now what you are doing is you are then kind of not reminding that person, you are now blinding them. And even though it's a quick flash, and I kind of knew it, but went with my other instinct that was wrong. And that's a wrong answer. And that bugged me. It bugs me to get wrong answers, especially with something that I've been doing for years. I've been driving since before 16 years old, just like Earl. And it's like, to get a wrong answer is kind of like, man, I got that wrong, and I've been driving all these, you know what I'm saying? Like, even that little pedestrian sign thing, right? So the other one that I put on there purposely. So I put purposeful ones on there that obviously I failed. That other one, I thought to myself, right? I'm like, man, that looks like a school zone crossing sign. That is what I thought. And then I'm visualizing it. And then based upon the answers, it said pedestrian only crossing. And then I started to overanalyze the sign. That's why I got it wrong. I started to overanalyze the sign because the little person on there, which is school zone, the little person on there is obviously the kid, okay? Because school, you'd think, I don't know, when I think school, even though if it's high school, I still think like I'm taller than the high schoolers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you forget stuff. They're still growing. So I think people still grow until you're like 17 years old or somewhere around there. But I overanalyzed the sign. I saw that the little kid, it appeared like the little kid was a girl and had a dress on. And then the other person was like a taller person. And I was thinking, parent or just another individual, looks like a guy because it doesn't have a dress. So I messed myself up on that because of overanalyzing the stupid question. And I got that wrong because I overanalyzed it. It's weird. And some of the answers, I don't know why it does this, but even though I had the correct answer, it said that I didn't press the correct answer. And what's weird is when I go back into the test and you can see which answers you got wrong, I'm like, I know I answered the other answer. Why did it correct it as I chose the other one? So it's a little weird. The testing is a little weird online. I don't know what was up with it because I did actually try it a couple of different times, and I know what my answer was. And it was on basic questions that you wouldn't get wrong. And I know that I clicked on the right one. So I did a test thing of that, but we're not here for that. But I am curious. Did anybody else try that? What about other countries? Will they pass the U.S.? There you go. Will other countries pass the U.S. test? Yes. Honk your horn, flip them up. Yeah, guy. Dude, it was some of the answers did make me laugh. And I don't know if I included some of the answers in there. I might not have. Oh, I can't look. It's on here. I think I'll post one of the answers. One of the answers was just obviously so clearly wrong, but it was funny. It was like, if someone honks their horn at you, do you get out and fight them? Or do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, guy. Oh, I think it was on alcohol. Something about impaired driving and alcohol. And I don't know. I can't remember. There were a bunch of them that are so laughingly wrong that it's like, why is this even on the test? Like, I don't know. So I'm gonna go switch it back over. But yeah, go to that community posted, I think, and there is a link on there. If you want to try it, I say try it, man, because I'd love to see what people got. Like, just be truthful. Go through the test. Just take one of the tests. It's easy. And then once you get to the end, it'll tell you how many you got wrong. And then just post it right in there. Do a comment and just say, hey, I got 4 wrong, or I aced the test because I'm perfect. You know what I mean? I don't care. Just do it. Try it out. I bet you that if you took the test twice, if you're perfect, if you took the test twice, you're at least going to get 1 wrong. It's crazy. Even, I don't like how sometimes they ask the question. They like, and I can't explain how the question is asked, but it's like, it's asked in the reverse way. Like, how would you, I think it says something like, how would you not do something? And then you've got the answer, the not way of doing it. And it messes with my mind because it's like, what do you mean not do something? Do you know what I mean? So try it out. I think it would be interesting just to see how many perfect people are on this world that think they know how to drive by the law, and the letter of the law is basically going to tell you, no, you actually don't. You're not as perfect as you thought you were. So, but like I said, I've been driving for years, and it's like, you kind of take it for granted, certain ways of driving. So where am I in this truck now? Motor's hooked up, correctly wired. The fan works. The castle thing, this is where I think I'm going to get messed up, because I've got to bind my receiver to my radio. So I'm going to turn on my radio. I think I'm all set, and I don't need to do anything else here. Got the antenna. I do have to find an antenna tube for there. I do want to have the antenna tube be extra long coming out. I just feel like that's the better choice. So I just got to get a better antenna tube, and I'll bend it so it kind of stays out of the way. But I do have to hook up a battery right now. And go ahead and fire up my radio here. I got to put this thing in bind mode. What do you mean, monitor? What's going on here? What'd I do? All right. So, where's binding on this thing? Oh, bind and frame. I think that's it. Okay. New model. Oh, wait a minute. Is that wrong? Put the receiver into bind mode and select bind. So So put this in the bind mode is just turning this on while pressing this little button here. So is the button pressing? I think it's pressing. Oh, I got to attach a battery first. See? I'm already messing up. All right. This is when I smoke the ESC. I'm scared. Ever since that one time that I burned up an ESC, man, always makes me nervous now. Okay. So it is flashing. So now I have to go ahead and hit OK on this. Looks like it connected. That is the first time over here that I'm hearing that. Isn't that funny, man? That's the first time that I'm hearing this in my house. First time I ever connected up a castle. Whoa! So that's way off. So let's see. Oh, this is cool, man. I finally got my first castle unit powered up here. All right, so brake is at 100%. I don't know what the deal with that is. My steering looks like it's mangled. So that's definitely wrong there. Why is my steering mangled? What I'm doing is I'm just checking the checking these to see why my steering is so mangled. All right. Oh yeah, and if obviously Earl has been doing castle stuff for a long time. If you want to learn how to do castle stuff or whatever, he's got a ton of videos explaining how to do all the stuff. He usually cuts his switches off. He was trying to get me to cut mine off, so he was trying to sabotage, you know, my 100-mile-per-hour run. He was telling me that with the castle system, you're supposed to put the red to the black, tie them together on the main power wires, and then plug in a battery so everything would explode. So just keep that in mind. If you weren't there for that live, call him out on it. Trying to kill my whole thing here. Trying to have me have a lipo fire. So I have to obviously fix something here with the steering rate, or not steering rate, the endpoints or something. So let's see. How do I get into that? I don't know what any of this stuff is. Back. See, the button's not letting me press it. Look at that. Almost like that back button doesn't work. All right. So what am I doing here? Clear. So go into, do I need to name this? I think I do. So it's called new model, but what I want to do is I want to change that. Oops. Okay. So what do I want to call this? Fire stick? Just call it fire. 100-mile-per-hour speed car. One. Oh, that's what I should do. One. Oops. One. How the heck do you do this? Won't let me pick. What's going on here? What am I doing? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Model select. That ain't gonna be it, because that's choosing between that and that. Auxiliary assign. Thought it was model name. Click. And hit OK. Nope. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the heck this is doing here. Yeah, I don't even know how to do this. New model. Click up. It's not a touch screen. All right. Clear? Nope. Wait a minute. Okay, all right. I get it now, I think. Oh my God, I went the wrong way. Okay. Oh, there we go. So, and then oops. Oh my God. This is not very easy to do here. Oops. Come on, man. Oops. There we go. Oop, wrong way. 100. And then, how do I? Okay, good. And then, wow, this is a pain in the neck. Oops. Oh, man. Oh, crap. This is a pain in the neck. It's going to take me 6 hours just to do this. And then okay. And then go there, clear. Oh. Oh, crap. Okay. And then click that, then clear it. And then, yeah. Okay, then go to that, click it and clear it. Okay. 100 mph. Then hit OK, I think. Right? Oh, crap. Okay. Did that I think I'm done. Clear. I don't even know. I don't like this thing, man. Model select. Right? Nope. Back. Model select. And then it's okay. So I'm into that. And then I want to go to all the stuff on this thing. Travel. I think that's the right one. Go to travel. Oops. Steering. Travel. Click that. Okay. So no, that ain't right. I could just use that. Right? One of these is for steering. I don't even know. Oh, this stuff, man. There's too much stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, but on steering, it shouldn't matter. I'm just doing steering. Right? Steering shouldn't matter. Because the calibration is like with that, right? Or is it totally screw up everything? I don't know if I like this radio. This is too complicated here. What does that do? So that is steering. I don't know what this menu is. I thought that was like... No, come on. I don't know. Back, I don't know what I'm doing here. Maybe it's just... See, I'm trying to use it like a touch screen. All right, sub trim? Maybe that would be it. Oop. Sub trim. Sub trim, what happens if I click it? Nothing. Oh my God. All right. So that's not right. Back. Rates. Exponential. See, I keep trying to use this like a touch screen. Okay. Steering. Okay, back. Steering rate 100%. Back. So then, I think that's how that works, right? Come on. Nope. Oops. I went to the wrong one. Crap. Back. Oh, because I went the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know how to use this thing. Come on, man. Oh, that's not that. Okay, oops. Oop. What did I do? Something just freaked out. All right. Oops. Come on. What's all this stuff? I don't even know what any of this stuff is. What the hell is that? 9? What the hell does that mean? Oops. What the heck that does? What the heck does any of this stuff do? I don't know why is it set to 9? What does that even mean? I'm not gonna have to read a manual here. I don't want to read no manual. Ooh. See, you keep trying to go to use this as a touchscreen. Oh God. Even though I know it's on a touchscreen, I'm still going to use it as a touchscreen. I don't like this, man. How do I get that to stop? Let's see. It should be travel, right? Because you don't want the stupid thing to not travel a certain distance, right? So click. Maybe do I? Oops. Ah, so that's it. Okay. So that was it. And then see what I didn't want to do is I don't want to see the servo tweaking it all. Looks like it still is that way. Oh, wrong way. Still looks like it's tweaking a little bit. That looks better. Okay. Finally figured that out. So it is travel. So it's funny. So in this, it's taken away 53, and it's obviously just wherever, I guess it's probably sitting on the gear. There is no main adjustment there. I could have tweaked these to make it so that it would have been right. You know what I mean? Like instead of it being kicked and I adjust the, you know what I'm saying? Like the endpoints. So it's travel. So that's what that is. Okay. So 53 left. I did have to give it a little bit more on the right, and that was just, it just seemed like it could take it. Servo's not moving at all. All right. And I believe that that's also straight too now. Looks kind of straight. Although, if I go like that, is that straight? Put the wheels on it. Yeah, it looks like that's straight. Okay. So now does that mean seems like it's fine. Okay. So I think that's good. So 53, 103, that seems to be good for that. And I think I then have to hit OK. I think. Now, ooh, I've never heard that before. All right. So something I just did just screwed it up. All right. So now, what happens if I shut this off now? So I've got just a little light for this thing. All right, so it's got a solid yellow. Is that a solid? No, it's got two colored lights in there. A solid yellow, and it's got the little beep of a green. So what the heck does that even mean? Let's see. Where do I find the instructions for this thing? Because on this thing, there's no button to press. So let's see. Type in Castle Creation. See what happens over here. Make this one. Go that way. That one go that way. Castle. And then let's see. Product update. I don't want that. How to data log. Isn't that just like a manual? Get that out of there. Clear. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking it up online. So maybe support, download Castle Link. I don't think I can use a Mac for Castle Link. I'm gonna see what, like, if it does. There's a current Castle Link is version 3.85. Looks like it's only Windows. Son of a gun. Okay. So it's only for stupid PC, not Mac. Oh, that's junk. Oh, wait a minute. Macintosh users may take advantage of the software. Oh, yeah, I know that junk. Damn it. Software provided the Macintosh has the Intel processor. Macintosh installation is not supported by Castle Creations. That kind of sucks, huh? See, I don't like installing any garbage. So I'll have to figure out a computer, download that. But what I wanted to see is how do you make sure that this thing is even connected to the radio? Looking to redeem a coupon. No, I don't want to redeem a coupon. Turn ESC off, hold trigger full forward, turn power on to ESC, wait for, I'm reading, Earl put an answer up there. So power it off, grab the radio, make sure it's there, right? And then turn power on to ESC while I'm holding full trigger. Wait for a steady beep, then full brake. Wait for a steady beep, and then neutral. Wow! All right, dude, thank you, Earl. See? I knew Earl was the person to ask for something like that, or whoever else probably had answers in there too. I get zoned into, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I not that I forget that I'm on the live, but I kind of forget I'm on the live. Thank you for that. All right, so now what does that mean? Does that mean this thing's ready to rip? Let's see. Let's see if I've got the direction correct, because if I don't, I think because this is, I don't want to reverse the wires. I know that's probably the way I'd have to do it because I'm not using the sensor. If I was censored, I have heard from Earl say that if you're censored, you got to make sure you use the A, B, and C the proper way when you do this. This is cool to me, man. So I'm stepping up the game here with a ESC that makes way cooler noises than the SPEKTRUM garbage. So if I pull trigger right now, I think I'm safe to pull trigger right now, right? Reader. I got it, man. Someone PM'd me it. I can't because I'm on this. I'm on my phone. All right, calibration is done. All right, so now what? Do I shut it off and turn it on again? It's actually going forward. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it didn't like that. Smoke's coming from it. What'd you have me do? I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to turn it off. I probably wrecked it. Why does it keep doing that? What's the, see, now what I need to look up that other thing. Why is it doing the beep, beep? So it's a one short and one long. Is that because I'm using a 3S battery pack? Setting a code. I've got a 3S battery pack on here. Maybe that's why. Let's see. How come there isn't? Support. I don't want that. All I want is I want that thing that shows you what the beeps mean. There is a getting started. Marine, sport. There's nothing to click there. Support, products, links, support, documents, facts and documents. Technical documents. This is wrong. Back button. There was a thing I saw. I think Earl showed it. I think there was like a it was a thing that showed what the beeps were. I think he sent me the screenshot at one point. But shouldn't there be a thing here that says? Should be in like documents, you'd think. How to general motor surface parts, technical documents, frequently asked questions, surface. I don't even know, man. Okay. Common product manual. Oh, there we go. Running in wet conditions. That ain't what I'm looking for. Driver's ed guide, quick start guide. That's not what I want. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, I found it. Audible alerts. Low voltage cut. So that's what that is. All right. Because it's a 3S pack. That's why. All right. It doesn't like 3S. All right. So I've got a pack here that's got the wrong connector. Let's see. Oh, crap. Now I've got to search for a battery. Okay, I think this battery should be all right. Let's see. So that's what it was. Because obviously this is the battery. This is actually one of the batteries I'm going to run. This is one of the batteries that I'm going to run. Like that? Like that little LiPo balance lead right there? Doesn't that look nice? Premium. That's custom right there. What you do is you have to plug each individual wire. It's the new way of doing it. You plug each wire into the balance port. Much safer that way. All right. So I'm going to set this down here. So that was good. So that's LiPo cut. All right. So now it should be happier. Now, funny. Like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing those noises here. Like I've always heard it like on Earl's channel and the Roz guy there and whoever else has Castle, but I've never heard it here. It's kind of cool. I like that. I might just have to buy these ESCs just for the sound. I like that. All right. So now I've got a battery pack in it. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Holy crap. Why does it sound like it's hitting something? Does it sound like it's hitting something? Oh, it is. It's hitting that stupid strap. All right. So fortunately, I am going in the correct rotation. So it does have the correct rotation. So let's actually put this battery in here. But like I was saying, that's the new style balance thing there. It's the new ones. Nobody else has it, just me. I'm the only one that has that new style. Oh, that is just so cool. I have stepped up the game here. I've got a Castle in here now. All right. Catch that thing? All right. I guess it's all set. Now the fan isn't going. on there? Does that just mean that it's not activated right now? Fan's also not going for that. What did I mess up? Did I plug it in wrong? Yeah, I did. I plugged in the fan wrong. All right, so that's wrong. Flip that around. Now it's right. Okay. All right, this is kind of exciting, man. I don't think I like the way that Y is going though. All right. Go ahead and just do that. Pop that out of there. For me, this is actually cool. The way I've always looked at like the Castle system, to be quite honest with you, I always looked at the Castle system as like it was beyond me, like too technical. I'm not a technical kind of person, so even though I've got two Castle systems, I've never fired one up, and now, man, doing that calibration, that's wicked easy. That is pretty cool. What is that? Uh-oh. Earl's sending me images. What, am I muted? What'd you send me now? Oh, you sent me the thing. And you sent it. Oh, I didn't realize. When I viewed the picture, it shut the stream off. That was weird. All right, so I just got a thing from Earl. It's a little thing for the Castle beeps. I like that. But yeah, I've like I've said, I've always just thought to myself, like, you know, Castle's just beyond me. You know, I'm just a carburetor stick driving kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was too advanced. You know, I wanted to like dive into it, but it was just like, man, and then the possible remembrance of knowing that I had to somehow figure out a regular computer, not a Mac, because and here I can't show you. I have the Castle Link app on my phone. I don't know what it does, but I did download the Castle Link for my phone because I've got an Android. So it might be cool to go ahead and set that up and see like what that does, if it does anything. I don't know if there's anything. I don't know. I've had it on my phone. I've had this phone for a long time. But like I'm saying, I just, for some reason, just thought that, you know, Castle was just beyond me. And it's not, man. God, I mean, if you can get somebody like Raj Schifrin and Earl Moorhead to do it, of course I could do it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to button up this cover now because I don't think there's anything that I need to do. Although it does kind of stink that every time, I think that's one thing that Earl doesn't like about this, is that in order to plug it in, you need the little adapter, which I may have lost my adapter because I did bring the adapter over here. At least I thought I did. I had it in a little baggie. I might have lost it, but it should be easily found, I'm thinking. Yeah, I know I brought it over here. Is this it? No, that's not it. It's in this tiny little Ziploc bag. But that was one of the things that he had told me right away, because, you know, I got the Castle stuff a long time ago. And he was like, it's going to come with a card. He says, you know, just send that card in or do the code on the card and they'll send you out a free little adapter. So I do have an adapter. I just got to find it now. And hopefully what that's going to do is teach me how to like read data on how this thing is. And that's going to be a big thing right there. But like I had said, Earl's already been doing videos here and there showing the different, you know, item lines or whatever. of that castle data thing. There it is, the castle link. So I just got to find mine. So, but I'll just run it the way it is right now. And then figure out, I got to figure out, like I said, a little computer. I'm hoping, I know I've got an old netbook. I've got this tiny little netbook from years ago. And I'm wondering if the castle link will run on that. Keep thinking I'm seeing the thing here. I don't see it. I'm sure I'll find it. I just gotta take a little bit of time looking for it. It's the whole left side of my bench is a pile of stuff. So we're just that many steps closer. Earl helped me set up the thing here for the castle system. This is just a regular Mamba Monster 8X8, whatever. Just the regular one. It's just the first version. I don't need the 2. I think the 2 is nuts. Probably trying to find a place to fit the 2 would be absolutely crazy anyway. But it looks like I'm all set. Like I said, I'm wired. I believe I'm trimmed out. I got to put the cover on the ESC. ESC. I got to put the cover on the receiver for now, and then it'll be all about kind of, I guess, gearing and figuring out how much more kind of can go into it, I guess. Checking temps, watching heat. Yeah, right now I am stock gearing except for the pinion, and the pinion is a 16-tooth pinion. I have a 427 big block motor. The reason why I chose that motor was just obvious reasons. But it's a 2200 kV easy run hobby wing motor. Chose that motor because it already had the correct size bullets. Number 1, that was a major one right there. Didn't have to, fiddle with soldering on some new bullets or buying new bullets that would fit this. So that works out mint. Other than that, put the center brace back in and take it for a cruise just to see, take it for the RCGuygarage cruise, just go out and just rip it, don't care nothing about nothing and see what happens. But I'm excited, man. Thank you, Earl. Thank you, Earl, for helping me out. And Frank Sluga, I think you said you sent me a thing too. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And if somehow I missed other people, telling me how to, what's it called? It's not bind. What the heck is it? Calibrate the ESC. I appreciate that. So, yeah, anyway, East Coast to West Coast. This is East Coast over here representing. We're going to beat West Coast with a little bit of his help. But I think this truck will do pretty good. I think the tires should hold up pretty good. Will it make it to 100? I think it's got the ability. It's just, do I have the open space? I think that field, if I can get on trigger quick enough, I think that field that I went to, I think that field probably might have what this thing needs. I believe this vehicle should be able to handle the aerodynamics better than the Mojave. I've been down, like I said before, I've been down the Mojave road and doing speed, and it feel like it's too hard of a fight. And Earl is, like I said, he's got the pockets to be able to fight that fight on its level. I do not. So, and I'm just going to stick with this truck. The one negative about this truck that the Mojave has over it, at least in a crash, the Mojave has that built-in way of being able to protect itself. The Mojave, hands down for me, is a fairly indestructible car. Is it, completely indestructible? No. I mean, we've seen, or some people have seen that, Mojaves, can break. I ripped a whole suspension arm off and lost the dog bone. Did find it, but ripped the whole thing off because I had an accident and I jumped, and the only tree that was laying down, had a stinking root, or not a root, but a branch sticking up out of it. And when the car came down, obviously that branch that was cut off grabbed right onto the arm and just ripped it right off. I mean, it wasn't even, if I remember right, it wasn't even connected to the car. I think it was way before I even had the backtrack going. Like, it was just kind of like I was using it to be able to jump. And I hit something, went up in the air, and it went into the woods, and that tree that had fallen down just ripped the arm right. I think it ripped it completely off. I think it broke one of the upper links, lost the thing, broke the shock. Like, I think if I remember right, man, it ripped it right off. So it was pretty a violent crash. But other than that, the Mojave usually holds together no matter what. The fire team has got its arms and legs sticking out there like an F1. That's the other reason why I chose it, was because of its name. They call it the Speed Assault Vehicle, right? Well, let's see if it can assault some speed. So I think that's where this live stream is going to end. What's in the box, Guy? Dude, thank you for that. Appreciate it, man. Earl just helped me set up the castle thing in here. And I am now that much closer to hopefully running tomorrow. Ready? Alexa, what's the weather for tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, you can look for mostly cloudy skies, with temperatures around 71 degrees Fahrenheit.
So mostly cloudy skies, just like basically what we've been having lately. The sun's out right now.
To answer your question, for Plymouth, Massachusetts, there are currently no weather alerts.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help.
So it looks like tomorrow morning is going to be a good choice or a decision to go where I'm going. The only thing that I'm just hoping that field is not going to be a sports thing. Because that's the other thing too, is that not knowing if there's a sporting event going on right now. I hope not. It will be Sunday, but that doesn't matter. All right. Yeah. Sunday is when they have sporting events over there. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, if I'm there early enough in the morning, I'll go over there at like 7 o'clock in the morning. That should be early enough. And hopefully give this thing a shot. Like I said, I just got to put on the center brace, button up the receiver box, find an antenna tube, put the rear bumper thing back on so the body and cage can be locked back down. I still got a pile of screws that I got to go ahead and put on this thing. So what I might do is I might just leave this, and this might give me a reason, might give me a reason to just go ahead and do a live tonight, a Shop Talk and Wrench episode 6. Just basically putting on a center brace and a rear bumper, charging up a battery pack. I do have to charge up a battery pack. I do have to refigure out a thing on here, because it was only joking. This isn't the new way of, obviously. This isn't the new way, but I think this battery pack is probably close to fully charged. It's been like that for, I don't know, 2 years. So it's not fully charged, but I know it's got a charge in it. So, yeah. So anyways, rcguygarage, and this is just trying to enter into the speed stuff. You know, working with an ESC that is technically beyond my capability, but realizing that, you know, it's really not. If an average Joe like me can do it, so can you. I mean, come on, look at Earl Moorhead. He can do it. And all he is just a mechanic. All he is. Anyways, all right. So I'm just going to end this live. Anybody that was here, if you haven't gone ahead and done that, go ahead if you feel like it. I'd appreciate it. It'd definitely be cool. So I'm going to download. Well, actually, I don't have to download it. It's on my phone now. So I'm sure I'll be getting some castle beeps tomorrow. We'll see. So there might be a sharp talking wrench tonight. We'll see. It's like 2:30 now. I think I've been online for how long? Oh, how long has this been? I've been on for 2 hours. That's not too bad. It's a good live stream. So we got whiskey. I almost called you Whiskey River. Whiskey Runner 1. What's going on, guy? Frank, what's going on, man? Wasn't it the first version that we were catching on fire? Not this one. The version 2 was catching on fire. Better not be. This one better not catch on fire. I'm an engineer. What kind of an engineer? Earl's got the white and black hat, the striped hat. That's what kind of engineer he is. All right. We got secondary RC. What's going on, guy? RC Steve is here. We have got What's in the Box. Thank you for that super chat. Earl, thank you for the super chat. Definitely appreciate that. It obviously goes to zip ties and duct tape. $5. We have got Stefan Burroff. Dim Havoc. What's going on, guy? Who else do we got here? Pete. Tim Shaw. I did say Frank Slug already. And let's see. Jeremy Stewart, I think. The beeping keeps making me want to check my Arrma. I didn't see that one. Robbie's RC. Sergeant J. Curtis Baker. So basically all the regulars, and I think a couple of new people popped in. What I think is funny is how after a time has passed, there'll be somebody that comments for the first time. They comment for the first time, and I think that's pretty cool because they're like, yeah, I've been like a long time subscriber. I never commented, but and what's cool about that is the obviousness. Once you get to know somebody in a stream, you start seeing the regulars, you kind of get comfortable and you want to kind of be part of that group. And like I've said before, I think that's the cool, part about this group is that, it's watching the hazards of being me, not reverse connecting your ESC. That was brand new. Realizing I did, initially wire up this castle thing wrong, but I actually didn't wire up the castle wires wrong. I wired up my adapter wire wrong. And the reason why I'm doing the 2-wire thing and not doing a 2-wire thing, the reason why I'm doing a 2-plug thing is so I can get to 8S, have just 2 4S batteries just stacked on top of each other to achieve that 8S. But it's just going to be 6S right now, just till I get used to seeing what this thing can do, seeing what I can get. Hopefully we'll see what I can get, maybe max on 6S. And then if I have to push it to that 8S. And I'm thinking that's probably a most likely, but that's if this thing even survives, man. This might be jumping into that rabbit hole. Like I said, there's already things about this thing that I just know are going to rip off. And I don't want it to, but I figured this platform was going to work for me. I wasn't going to do the Mojave. And I've got two parts rigs, complete Kraton EXBs that I can use as parts for this. And that'll also help keep costs down. That's the one major thing right now is with the economy and the way things are going, do what you can to keep that money. You know what I mean? Do what you can to keep that money. And when you absolutely have to spend, that's when you do it. Until things start, changing, just be careful with your money. So definitely something important. That was something that Earl actually predicted way back in May. So he's got a good sense of things. So anyways, this is the end of the live stream. I'm out. I got to go and see how my wife is doing with the whole funeral thing. Make my face show. It's been going on for like, I think it's been going on for like 45 minutes. So I'm going to go check on her. So thank you for coming. And hopefully, there's the camera right there, right there, right there. Thanks for coming to the live stream. And hopefully there will be another live stream tonight. If there is, it'll be called episode 6. Where will I be? Probably just wrapping this thing up. Maybe move on to something else. We'll see. All right. Thanks for coming. See you later. End the stream.